I worked for Nicole, and people have asked me, what's it like having your daughter as a boss? Well, my answer always was, Nicole's been my daughter and my boss since she was 3 years old.
Nicole Bourque-Bouchier is my daughter, my firstborn.
She's been very special to me all her life and makes me very, very proud.
She is a wonderful human being with a compassionate heart, a mother, a wife, a daughter, an aunt, and most of all, she is one of the most loving, giving people I know.
So in the early days, we started off operating Bouchier Contracting, which is primarily a heavy equipment business on the civil end. And I knew nothing about equipment. And I was just thrown in, and I had to bid jobs, and I had to do safety, and I had to do the books. So I really looked to my family to teach me.
I remember when she joined myself and Bouchier 2004, and she came on board, didn't know anything about what we do in Bouchier. And today I can't tell her anything that she does not know.
They started with very few people and grew it to what it is today.
Our first year of operation, coming out in a minus $250,000 position, to 15 years later, forecasting a sales revenue of $160 million with 1,100 employees and 400 pieces of equipment, 3 streams of businesses that were focusing on expanding and growing. I think my family really are my backbone to what I do. And I think family is key to your success. And I think the folks that work for us really feel like they're part of the Bouchier family.
I think one of the things they try to strive for the most is to hire Indigenous people.
No one is more involved in employing Indigenous people than Nicole in giving back to Fort McMurray and Fort McKay, in making sure that women have prominent positions in the boardroom and in her management team.
But she worked very hard to help Indigenous people that wouldn't have had a chance in the oil sand industry without Nicole's help.
I've not met a person that cares so deeply about providing opportunity for others, and she makes people feel like they're valued and they're important, and it's probably one of the reasons why Bouchier Group is one of the most sought after companies to work for in this region.
Nicole has been a leader in everything she's taken on, from being president of Northeastern Alberta Aboriginal Business Association to the Inspire Awards and one of the 100 most successful businesswomen in Canada.
She embodies leadership, both at home, in the workplace, and in the community. Leadership on all fronts.
I think that Nicole's leadership, it's tearing down barriers and misconceptions about Indigenous business.
Nicole's leadership has raised the awareness for what Indigenous businesses can do in Canada.
When we think about strong leaders, think about those who inspire others to dream, inspire others to grow. For me, Nicole is that leader.
The challenges that she sees and faces, she just turns that into something that's impactful.
She never puts herself above, but she never puts herself below.
In her grow to success, everyone is on the same level, and I think that that's important to her.
The legacy she will leave behind is she was a trailblazer. She's got women on the map here. Women are running businesses, and you know what? You don't have to be a man to work in the oil sands. You can be a woman, and a darn successful one at that.
I think to be that leader and to show women they can be dominant and succeed in a male-oriented field, you have to put a lot of work into it, but anything's possible if you really want it. And I think that's her legacy.
Bird and I have had 4 beautiful daughters, Nicole being our oldest. And we, unfortunately, have lived a life where we have lost and buried 3 of our children.
Yeah, it's very difficult to talk about my daughters.
And the hardest thing in Nicole's life for her, and the scariest thing for her, was to be an only child. It has affected Nicole in a big way to lose her sisters, especially her sister Michelle. I think Nicole knows that life is for the living, and she's going to live it to the fullest. She's going to do anything her heart sets out to do. And I think because of her sister's deaths, She has taken the high road. She has decided, nope, I got to do something. Life is much too short not to.
Probably the greatest impact in my life was the passing of my sister Michelle. It completely halted my life, my thought process, and that crisis just hit me so hard, and it just took me years to get over it. But what it did is it made me a stronger person. I believe that as a person, I have been faced with many challenges and changes in my life that have shifted my path. And I've taken the way I embrace change into the business sector. Change is the one thing you can count on. And I think if you learn to embrace it and roll with it and expect it, then you really are setting yourself up for success.
I can think of few other people, let alone women, who deserve this award more.
This award is yet another way for Nicole to inspire so many other entrepreneurs and women that when you think you can't do it, yes, you can.
When I think of what the award represents in terms of inspiring Indigenous business, inspiring Indigenous leadership, and Indigenous women in business, there's no one greater that I can think of to receive this award.
I actually have no real words what it means to be the recipient of the Indigenous Women in Leadership Award from CCAB. I am so privileged and humbled and honored to be recognized. To think that I am seen as a leader on an Indigenous female end is just so exciting. There are no words, really. I am looking forward to watching the young adults in my life grow up and seeing what they do with their life. I think I have taught my children and my nieces and nephews what they could be capable of if they believe in themselves. If Dave and I can build the business that we have, if we could do that as two people who are pretty much uneducated and completely 100% self-taught, I am just sitting here at awe in what the next generation can do. What are the businesses they're going to be able to run and the people that they're going to be able to employ? And I think the future just looks so bright for our Indigenous peoples across Canada.